World champion trainer Glenn Rushton, mate. You're in Melbourne. What brings you down here?
Well, we've got Ben Horn fighting obviously tomorrow night against Joel Taylor in what should be an amazing fight. It's, Ben, as we all know, we saw him against Nikita Tszyu, how tough he is. And he's a typical tough tradie, so to all the tradies out there, they know how tough these boys are. And Ben's so tough, he wears his clothes out from the inside. He's a tough kid, and I just struggle to see how Joel can really hurt him. He's just so rugged, Ben. But who knows? It's boxing, but he's down here to win. This is most galvanised I've seen Ben be, and he said, "Look, I'm going to go down there and beat this guy." So he's determined to win this fight. And I said, "You sure about this?" He said, "Yep." He says, "I'm going down there. I'm going to beat this guy." He says, "I know I can beat him." So, we're looking forward to the fight, and it's great to have a Horn back in Melbourne.
What have you seen of Joel Taylor in his career so far?
Look, he's a really tough guy. He's a good fighter. He's there to be hit. I saw him and Ty go to war with each other. It was a terrific fight. Ty comes forward. It was always going to be a war, particularly against Ty. Ty just knows no other way. He's like a kangaroo. He just doesn't go backwards, so it just keeps going forward. And rugged fight, watching that fight, we're all saying someone's going to go down. Someone. It was just which one. And honestly, there were times in the fight I thought it was going to be Joel, and then there was times I thought it was going to be Ty. So, rugged fight, but, Ben's a bigger man. He's taller, got longer reach, rugged as anything, and this is going to be one heck of a fight.
What's Ben's keys to victory, do you think?
Look, he's got the reach and height advantage over Joel, which is a big thing, and he's just so hard to hurt. So that can take away a lot of confidence in a fighter when you can't hurt someone. And we saw it. I mean, Campbell threw everything he had at Ben, and Ben certainly hurt Campbell in the last round. He hurt him, pretty big time, and he did the same with Nikita. You saw that. A lot of people saying, give it 20 more seconds, and he was looking wobbly. So, if he can hold his own there, then there's no fears with him fighting Joel Taylor. So, as I said, we're looking forward to an exciting fight, and it's one of those fights that just could be a big upset on the night.
And Nikita Tszyu's in there with Ben Bomer. Obviously, looking back, Ben probably gave Nikita his toughest fight so far. What does Ben Bomer have to do to get the win over Nikita on Wednesday night?
This is going to be tough. I know Ben's done a lot of training overseas and so forth, and credit to him. He's a tough guy. He's got a good record, the same record as Nikita. But I remember watching Nikita back in the amateurs, and I always thought that kid is good. I remember being so. He was a better amateur, I felt, than Tim in the days, and that's taking nothing away from Tim. We all know what he's done. But Nikita, of course, he was out of the ring a long time, so, there's ring rust there, and he's finding his feet. But I think with Nikita, it's just every fight, it's all starting to come back to him, and I think Nikita's going to win this fight. I think he'll win it convincingly. I think Ben will have a real crack at him, and credit to him, but I think Nikita comes through here with a strong win, and just watching him up there on stage tonight, I think it's going to be a knockout.
Now, Tyson Fury's here as well. What are your thoughts on him being down under here in Melbourne?
Look, it's amazing to have him down here. It's just so good for boxing. What a character, what a personality. It's what boxing needs, and he's just got it all. And an amazing fighter, brilliant personality, and just, it's great to have him down here. And Joseph Parker, of course, we fought with Jeff Horn over there on a number of Joseph's cards. We got to know Joseph really well. I think the world of Joseph Parker, and to have his mate Tyson Fury down here, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? What a night!
Did you have a chance to watch the fights yesterday, Haney versus Lomachenko?
I did, and I'm still in a bit of shock, because to me Loma won that fight all day long. Doesn't matter how I slice and dice that fight, Loma won. There was no doubt in my mind when I heard the first judge 116, 112. I thought, that's about 4 points. That's fair. The next two went, it wasn't that close. And when I heard the word "still," I went, hang on, it's supposed to be new. So I couldn't believe it. Loma won that fair and square. The crowd knew it. It just reminded me back when we were in Mexico and Dennis Hogan beat Mongoya, and we knew he'd won the fight. All the crowd was saying to us, "You're the champion, you won." We were joking before the fight about we won't get out of here alive with that belt. The same thing happened yesterday. I was in silence. I just couldn't believe what I'd just seen. I mean, that was so clear. It wasn't close. Nothing against Devin Haney. I think he's a wonderful fighter. great guy, but he lost the fight. It's just that simple, and it's sad because a guy of Loma's, he's 35, 2 gold medals at the Olympics, 2 world championships, phenomenal, put on the show of his life, outboxed him, controlled the fight, not to get the decision. It's a sad day for boxing.
What do you think it is? Why do you think this sort of happens in boxing?
There's a number of factors. It's who influences boxing, and I think it comes down to sometimes it is a business, and we've got to all remind ourselves it's a business, but it's just a slide on boxing that when you see a decision that's just so clear cut, and I think this is one that's going to be talked about for a long time, but it's a sad day for boxing. That greatness in Lomachenko, and he was great yesterday, there's no doubt about him. It was the old Loma was back and controlling the fight, controlling the ring, and you only have to look at the expressions, go back and watch the fight. Look at the expression on Devin Haney's face in those rounds, between rounds. He didn't know what to do, didn't have the answers. Loma was calm, cool, collected, controlled the fight. And clearly his corner thought he's won, and clearly Devin Haney's corner thought they'd lost, and the crowd didn't get that one wrong, did they?
Thanks, Glenn.
No, you're welcome.